go. So guys, that's another very narrow defeat against one of the top teams. So shows how close we were again, doesn't it?
It's a narrow defeat, but it hurts. It hurts the boys. It hurts us because I've just said in the dressing room. Then what starts to become is the first goal goes in from them, a mistake from us. Nothing in the game at that point, and you see the body language of a vulnerable bunch who are lacking a little bit in confidence because they're losing football matches all of a sudden. So we've got to get out of that feeling sorry for ourselves ASAP. We said at half time 2-0, let's go and win the second half, and I think the reaction of the players was fantastic, to be fair. But a 15-minute spell in the first half where there was nothing in the game, you know, it's scrappy and it's in neither side are really creating lots. But I thought we had a little bit of an edge on them, and they were worried. And I think their reaction at the end of the game tells you that that's a big win for them. And you know, I'm sick of speaking to managers in our league. There's nothing in this league, Al. Top and bottom. You know, we played Warrington last week. Again, unfortunate to come away, but it doesn't matter how you're going about it. If you can get a decent sort of run together and you can get 2 wins together from somewhere, which we're aiming to do, you can move up the league and all of a sudden momentum takes you anywhere. I mean, there's teams up there at the minute who, with all due respect, are not the best teams in the league, but they can get that winning run, and we need to do it. We've had a couple of injuries back today, which obviously helps. We've just lost another one potentially, so we're fighting. We're all fighting in there, and that's what we aim to keep doing, to keep fighting.
The commitment was undoubted, wasn't it? And I think against anybody else other than the South Shields, we wouldn't have gone away empty-handed today, would we?
I think that's the total disappointment, Al, is that we have been playing, despite what some people might think, we've been playing some decent football in games, and you know, today was a prime example of that. You know, I said to the players at full time now, I said for 75 minutes of this game we've probably been the better side. We've probably dominated the game. Yeah. Taking the game to South Shields, we've caused them a lot of problems, but fine margins. You go back to that little 15-minute period, I think they scored on the half hour, sloppy goal, the second goal right near half time, and I've demanded a reaction at half time, and we've got it, and I think we've put them on the back foot. And I can only recall Kingy making a save from a header near the end as being probably their only attempt on goal second half, and we took the game to them. And we have to take the positives from that when we come up against sides now in the next few weeks who are in and around the middle of the table, where we have to take a positive. You know, there's 2 lads today, Robbie Thompson-Brown's, we've got about just over an hour out of him today. He's not 100% fit yet, but he played today. We brought Jake Charles on. I thought his impact was instantaneous when he came on, but you know, we could only risk him basically for about half an hour today. But we've got a free week when Jake and Robbie can do a bit of training, get a bit more fitness under the belts. Sam Coulson was a smidgen away from being involved today. I'm almost certain he'll be involved next week, and boy, he'll have to be, because Dan Burns is suspended next week against Hyde for cumulative bookings. So, like you say, Al, I think we've shown to the spectators, to everybody, that we can play football, we can compete with anybody in this division. But I've just said into the changing room, now we have to start picking up points, you know, from sides in and around near us. You know, we're not cut adrift at the bottom of the table. We're not, you know, that far away from mid-table, but it does take a concerted effort now of 3, 4, 5 wins on the bounce. Do I believe we can do that? 100% I believe we can do it. And, you know, onwards and upwards.
We've had quite a run of away games, so people haven't been able to see it with their own eyes, have they? But being in front of our own crowd and a decent following today, we hope that people can see the effort that's going in and come out next week and support the boys again.
Oh, we ain't gonna lie, it's been a tough spell for everyone connected with the football club, you know, and people can say it's excuses, injuries. I don't care. If you have 7 people that are, you know, 3 or 4 of them were our best players last year, take, you know, with no bones about it, but you're losing them at any level, whatever league, it's gonna affect you. Which, you know, I thought Big John Moran came in today. He did it. I thought he was exceptional at times. And you know, you're having to do your due diligence on players now to bring them in and etc. Then you're having to work within the budget, because obviously, you know, 2 or 3 of the long-term casualties, unfortunately, are contracted players. So that's just the way the cookies crumbled for us. You know, I don't know who's walked under a ladder, but it's affected us in terms of luck. But we have to just dig deep, and that's what everyone has to do. We'll dig deep. I think all the fans know and all the people know we're fighting, and they're fighting for us. We just need to turn it quick. We get that, not a problem.
Yeah. So we look forward to next weekend and hopefully get that shed end rocky.
Yeah, they were good today, you know what I mean? And I, like Andy said, they saw the efforts, a little bit huff and puff at the end, and one or two made a couple of impact. We tried to get something out of the game, you know, that's a positive. You know, there's one or two areas where we could have been better effectively with the ball, but we weren't. And you know, we'll batten on and we're trying our everything to get it right.
Great. Okay, thank you, boys.
Just one question. I spoke to Graham Fenton just before
Yes.
he came out. I asked Graham about the fall off on the South Chiefs performance.